offer my blessings to all of you. All of you who have come to practice the Dhamma here at Wat Mapjan and online. Today is the 6th day of July. We have this time to practice together until the 14th of July, before the beginning of the Rains Retreat. And so in a short time from now, we'll do the ceremony to open the retreat. And in terms of this retreat period, it's a period of speaking little, of meditating, practicing bhavana a lot. So during this period, we turn off the phone, we cease these various types of communication. We have this firm intent together as a group to train the mind, to cultivate the mind. Because we've made great effort to come here, crossed oceans, traveled far, sacrificed time and money, and we come to strive to seek peacefulness. So we need to have this firm application of mind, to have sincerity. If we're in our homes and gathering via online, or sometimes we have activities, but never mind about that. Practice to have a lot of mindfulness, to speak little, sleep little, eat little, and meditate a lot. This is the cause to realize peacefulness and samadhi. So even living together as 100 people or more, we speak very little. If it's not necessary, then we don't speak. It's not that we commit to total silence. If it's truly necessary, we can speak, but we speak as little as possible. And during the period of eating as well, we don't speak. So this is our intent that we have together. And then practicing this way, there'll be some periods where you can get peacefulness, collectedness, and samadhi. And with this samadhi, then one can know and see and understand the Dhamma. So we have this quality of samadhi, collectedness, and restraint. Restraint of the eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind. We have a lot of restraint. We see that these various sense impressions through the 6 sense doors, they all come into the mind, and liking and disliking arise. So in terms of Dhamma practice, we train the mind not to like, not to dislike, to let go of attraction and aversion. This is the way to see the Dhamma. In this way, the strength of equanimity, of upekkha in the mind gets stronger and stronger. Then we can have understanding. We see arising and ceasing of materiality and mentality. It's not anywhere else, it's right in the mind. So we practice in this way, and we see that there's no one here, there's no me or mine or self. There's no me or mine that sits, no me or mine that sleeps or walks. So we have mindfulness, we have clear mindfulness. This is important. We listen to the Dhamma with mindfulness. We do our activities with mindfulness. Not to send the mind out, but to keep lifting up the mind well. So you've just undertaken to observe the 5 or the 8 precepts. And this virtue, the sila, is a foundation. If one has the strength and energy, one can do the 8 precepts. If one's health is not able to take not having an evening meal, then one can do the 5 precepts. So whether the 5 or 8 precepts like this, we establish them well in the mind, and this leads to samadhi, collectedness of mind, and in this way we can study and see the Dhamma. In the Buddha's time, there was the retinue of King Bimbisara observing the 5 precepts. They had families and work, and 3/4 of that retinue were able to all realize stream entry. So we see that this quality of virtue has great importance. When we care for virtue like this, we practice like this, we get the precepts from monastic, then we set our hearts well to speak little. When we speak little, then observing virtue becomes easier. If we speak a lot, then we end up breaking the precepts, like speaking falsely, speaking idly, speaking divisively, speaking harshly, because all these types of wrong speech arise from the mind that proliferates. The brain sends the signals to the body, to the mouth, and then speech comes out. And when we speak a lot, then the peacefulness of mind degrades and falls apart. So if we're restrained all day long, and then we speak for 30 minutes, we proliferate based on that for an hour, and all that proliferation, it's all about me, mine, you and yours, all about the self. So we receive this information, we become interested in it, liking and disliking arise, and samadhi degrades. So we need to have a lot of restraint, a lot of care with regard to this. So Venerable Ajahn Anan is saying that probably most of you have done a retreat before, perhaps been here before. So may you all set your hearts on the practice. I won't speak on Dhamma a lot, but may you practice, may you meditate a lot. There's about 20 minutes left now, so we can all sit in meditation together. We don't have to rush off anywhere. And may you have mindfulness in the present moment, not to think to the past, not to think to the future, but to be established in the present. May you have effort and perseverance in this. You can have mindfulness with the in and out breathing. You can recite Bhut with the in-breath and Do with the out-breath. Or you can recite Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto in the mind. And make effort to think as little as possible. If your mind is thinking quickly or proliferating quickly, then you can meditate with the meditation word quickly. Or if you're proficient in contemplation, then you can use contemplation to bring the mind to peace and samadhi. Sometimes certain individuals, if they just recite Bhutto, then their mind doesn't like it, their mind doesn't stick with it, but they're able to contemplate. So if this is the case, then you can contemplate the body as unstable, impermanent, as a heap of instability, whose nature is to degrade and pass away. It's not a self, not a me or mine. Its nature is impermanent, stressful, and not self. So you can keep contemplating forwards and backwards like this, or you can contemplate the hair of the head, hair of the body, nails, teeth, and skin, or the 32 parts of the body. And you see all of these parts, they're all impermanent, they're all unstable. In the end, they all must degrade and pass away. They're all not self. So in this way, you contemplate to give rise to samadhi and peacefulness. And this is according to the various dispositions and character types of different individuals. So at this time we can meditate together.